Hello, humans! Welcome back to the show, crawlers. This is the Don't Gaslight Me Jesus, a Dungeon Crawler Carl read along podcast. Hey, I did it in one try this time. Look at that.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah. Of course, technically, we are on book 2 now, which is Carl's Doomsday scenario. Now,
Very dramatic.
yeah, at home, I don't know if you know this person listening on their couch, in their kitchen, driving somewhere. This is not a live show, shocker. We record this ahead of time, so, can't keep up with the current news of the day, so I'll just make a guess. I hope Super COVID 2.0 doesn't kill a lot of us. That's my guess. See, we also don't just predict the book. We try to predict real world events here on the show. Data, what do you think is going to happen?
So let's say we got a great track record so far. Well, I for one welcome our new insect overlords.
Wonderful. All right. Well, roll that beautiful bean footage. Cue the music.
You did not stop for other people on the show to introduce who they were.
Oh yeah, I got to introduce everybody on the show. Fuck. God damn it. Every time I fuck something up every time. This week I am joined by
Jennifer.
I'm Tim.
And Data.
Tim. What world event do you think is going to be happening by the time this airs?
I don't fucking know. Pokemon Red and Blue would be out again. Look at that. I know that's coming.
Really? Is it?
No, idiot. It's Leaf Green and Fire Red. Stupid.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm playing that as soon as it comes out. Like, what, 3 days from now?
I had no
Jen?
idea.
Jen, what do you think will go wrong in the next week or two?
Real world? I mean, shit, the world's gonna explode. Selena Gomez is apparently a clone, so who knows anymore?
Well, there you go. All right, everybody at home, get your bingo
We're all
cards
gonna be
out.
cloned.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Great old commercial.
Oh, gosh.
Have the Pokemon thing be what we come back in talking about if you want to.
That's how we need to play it. Just every single episode, come back in and just catch
mid conversation.
Get the last 2 or 3 lines of some weird random conversation.
Yeah, that was weird. I was hearing Tim through yours for a second. It was fucking with me. I was like, what happened? Did you take Tim? Did you pull him through the computer? Like Tron?
It's easy. Anyone can do it.
So yeah, just 3 chapters this time, 12, 13, and 14. I feel like some resolution, some setup, some stuff happened. What did you guys think of these 3 chapters?
What do I think of these 3 chapters?
Facts.
These chapters, I like that Donut's back. I mean, we needed Donut back, so I was excited about that. Although I didn't feel like Donut was very donut-y 3 chapters. Like, kind of seemed a little mopey. I don't know, maybe that was just me. Like, she's trying to figure out what happened. She missed all the fun, and she's sad about it. Also, I like that we jumped right into her not being okay, but Mongo did an amazing job of protection. So,
yes,
best guard dinosaur ever. I might need one in my life. Get me a giant stuffed Mongo, please. So, that was pretty awesome, and I think finally getting to kind of get some stores, I liked that. Again, I feel like we got into a lot of achievements, and I started reading achievements back to back. Not achievements, but kind of achievements, but the boxes and the achievement wording, which it's for a little while, but then when I get too many of them, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm done with these. But they are still fun. So I did a little bit of that too. Well, these were okay. I don't think I loved them as much as I loved the last ones, probably because the last ones were like action packed and we had a lot of story kind of going on there, and these were kind of more behind the scenes. Like we learned more about, the Skyfowl. We got to go around the Skyfowl town. We had some fun with that. Learned about, cool club that we're going to go clubbing at when we pick back up. Thanks for leaving us there. Now I want to know what my chip does, and I won't know until next time. But some setup for that, and I think that'll be more fun. But these were kind of felt like in between chapters. We're kind of in between fun stuff, and this was more informational. But not as great as like the last, probably not as great as the ones we'll read this time, but I had fun with them.
Yeah, it does give a little bit of like the Desperado Club comes up several times in these chapters, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna get there, and then we finish our section. We never get to the fireworks factory, and it's well, yeah, we'll get there eventually.
I want
I
them
do
to
love that
walk up
Donut is
to it.
very excited about going clubbing now.
I want
It
them to
seems her
walk up to it
speed.
and it just explodes as they're just walking
That
up
would be
to it like
great.
the other guys. I'm like, God damn it.
You never
Damn
get
it,
to go.
Donut.
God
It's
damn it,
all
donut.
Donut's fault somehow. Now, if it's exploding, it's probably Carl's fault. But also, yes, Mongo saves the day and gets a lot bigger still, and yeah, he's a cool dinosaur. Um, uh, I I wonder if they're gonna make some plushes of him. I get the impression from the more and more stuff I see coming out for around this book series that the author may be one of those like, I'm gonna license whatever, like give me the money.
Okay. What did I think of it? I think these were not really good chapters for discussion because
Well,
not a whole
surprise,
A lot more
surprise.
honest about it than me. I kind of beat around the bush, but no.
yeah
totally.
like discussion wise, I'm like, boy, they sold their loot. That thing that if you're in a video game after like what 2015, if there's not an auto sell, garbage button, people bitch about it online. That's all they did. They just went and sold their shit. They talked a bit. Not a whole hell of a lot happened this time around. Which is fine. Like, whatever. This thing wasn't made for us. little salty tonight, I guess. I don't know why. But deal with it.
Yeah, no, I had the same thought after I got to the end of this section, and I was like, this is the downside of I don't go through the sections and decide where to start and stop, except by like how long is each section, and it's
Mhm.
just I just use math to figure out where we stop. And so when I got to the end of this, I'm like, if I'd been like picking and choosing, this is not probably where we would have ended that section.
Yeah.
Probably would have done 5 chapters rather than just the 3 that we just did.
Yeah, quite possibly. Although I looked at that afterwards and I was like, that would be like double what we normally read if we did 5 chapters this time. But I think also this may be the shortest section that we've read.
I think
Well,
so.
we had one section in the last book that was a little bit shorter than this. But yeah, in terms of length, this is the second shortest we've ever done, and not a whole lot happened. So yeah, I get it.
But yeah, that's all I got. What about you, Mikey?
I know I'm usually the resident shill on the show
I knew it.
for the book.
You love it, you bastard.
No, I'm gonna subvert your expectations, and I'm gonna kill Luke Skywalker.
You.
Yeah, yeah, that's I'm that bastard. No, there wasn't a whole lot to really sink our teeth into this time, and I get the feeling that anybody who really enjoys these books thinks that this is a put down or take down podcast. It's really not. I'm enjoying the book so far. So my opinion of these chapters has no bearing on like it's like I'm starting to turn on the book or the series or anything. It's just I think that we just got some bad in between sections here. So when it comes to these chapters, Mongo obviously is the MVP of these chapters. I mean, you show up and the guy is covered in fucking spikes, and when we see him, he attacks another one of these fucking urchins and then gets a bunch more spikes because then we see that the spikes actually generate out of the wound. That's pretty fucking gnarly. That's pretty metal. It was a good little fight, and the fact that it was Carl's fuck up that led to them getting mobbed the way they did, because these things don't go after dead bodies, but they do go after debris. So, they're going after debris, and that's what he made the thing out of, and he didn't even think about that. So that that was interesting. I like that as a little bit. I feel like this whole section, though, if it was good for anything, I think it was nice to have them sitting around with Mordecai actually being a manager and us getting an idea of what that relationship is going to be like, because even Carl is like, this may not be the best thing all the time, because we kind of have a handler now. We kind of have somebody who's kind of keeping an eye on us that's just kind of here all the time. And Carl is realizing he kind of likes it when it's just him and Donut calling the shots. So they appreciate his input, but not all the time. So it was interesting to see that little development with the relationship, but that's about it. I mean, we get the inventory management like Tim talked about, the part of the game where, depending on your level of neurodivergence and ADHD and autism, back in 90s RPGs, it was either one of your favorite things to do and listen to music and just have a time selling stuff, or it was the worst part of the game and you have too much shit in your inventory and you say, you know what, fuck this game, I'm gonna go play Mega Man or something, and then you never pick up the game again.
Sure, there's
So,
multiple kids that just kept the same shit that they had from the very beginning of the game, and they were like, inventory management is stupid or confusing, and just raw dog the whole fucking game with like starter equipment.
or you never realize through the entirety of the game that there's a sell button or a drop button, so you have like an infinite inventory filled with 11,000 fucking things, which I'm not sure if there were a lot of games that did that shit, but you would have enough shit to where you'd be like, I don't even want to play this anymore. The amount of time and energy it would take to min max all of my gear and shit is just not worth it at this point. So, actually, I've done that in an RPG, and I don't know, Tim, you've probably done this too, where I'm just like, fuck it, sell all. I don't even care what I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
You get to that point of the game where you're just like, I'm pretty cool with what I got.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing here.
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII and I can't figure out what materia is what, so I'm just like, fuck all materia, and I just say fuck it.
That's right.
Fair.
That's
Had
that's
that
right.
moment in Final Fantasy VII a bunch of times.
You see,
Like,
you
what the
see,
fuck? I don't even know anymore.
for anybody at home who played Final Fantasy VII back in the day, if you remember, if you fully max out your all materia, it turns into fuck all materia, and you just fuck everything up.
I thought you were gonna be like, if you fully max out your all materia, you can sell it for like 3 million gil, and
You can also do that.
that's the actual thing that happens, not
That's the actual
joke
thing
that
you would do. Yes.
Yeah.
Data. I was doing a bit.
No, you
It
weren't.
was a bit.
No, you
It's
weren't.
it's funny
It's
though
over.
that you guys mentioned it, because my first time through Final Fantasy VII, I think I was like halfway through the game before I realized you could change weapons. And so
Exactly.
I was totally going through it with just the starter weapons for everybody.
Yep, you were
I
a
had you
raw
for that.
dogger. Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. Data Raw Dogs RPGs.
Aren't we all?
That's
If-
the title of the episode, by the way.
Raw dog.
I know I haven't been unofficially titling episodes. I've kind of fallen out of that. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back, people.
Raw dog.
I thought Mike was going to be very excited to be vindicated in the last time we did the show.
Oh,
You
I
were
predicted how the fight would go.
Yeah, well, you predicted what the problem was with Donut. You're like the cleaner mobs probably came to like pick up the crap that he left, because we haven't met the
Oh,
cleaner
he
mobs
totally
yet.
did.
And maybe
Forgot
they
he even said that.
they knocked her over or something, and you can't move her, or she starts losing life. So you were pretty close.
I
Pretty
do love
close.
the irony of the defense being the thing that actually put Donut in danger.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
what I
he was-
thought. That's what I thought. The dog was going to do. Not the dog. What his name is?
Mongo, yeah.
Mongo.
I mean,
Mongo.
we even talked about last time how he's dog coded.
He's such
Yeah.
a fucking dog.
He is. He's a dog. He's a giant dinosaur dog.
He's a good boy, is what he is.
This chapter, they even said he's mastiff size, and I'm like, yep,
Yep,
lean
he's a
right
dog.
into that dog.
I feel like that's a common like term they use to size, like to describe an animal's size in books, is like, oh, it's like a mastiff size thing. And I'm like, I've never seen a mastiff. I don't fucking like what a weird comparison to make.
I feel like there's some shit though in these chapters that feels like a Stefan bit from SNL, if anybody remembers that shit back in the day. No one
Nope.
remembers Stefan?
Continue. Because I don't see the vision just yet.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to do my really bad Stefan impression, but it's like these chapters have everything. It's a new club called the Desperado. It's got sea urchins that eat cats, piles of dead hookers, and a kamikaze suicide robot dinosaur with dynamite in his hands. It's great.
All right.
I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, it
I
sounds
see the
terrific.
vision.
Yeah,
I didn't get it
made
before.
I just made these chapters sound way more exciting than they actually
You
were.
absolutely did. Also, I
You
just
did. You did
Googled
a great job with that.
Mastiff. That is not what
They're
I thought a
huge.
Mastiff looked like.
You didn't know what a mastiff looked like?
I knew
Yeah,
it
I
was
was like,
a big
I've never
dog.
seen one in real life, but
Yeah.
I know like the image of them.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'm
Huge.
like, I would not guess that was a Mastiff because I don't know what the fuck a Mastiff looked like. I thought it'd be more of a warrior looking dog with that name, but it just kind of looks like a piece of shit.
No,
Yeah,
what you're thinking of is a Great Dane. Those things.
Yeah, that's a breed I know, and yeah, that is the regal kind of thing. That Mastiff sounds great, and it
Yeah,
just looks.
I was kind of picturing like a Great Dane or maybe like an Irish Wolfhound, like big, intimidating, and maybe that's I think that's because a Mastiff is the dog in the Sherlock Holmes story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Like that is the place where I most associate that term is that book, and it's a giant, really intimidating dog, and I'm just like, oh, that's just a good puppy when I Google Mastiff.
Yeah,
also,
when you look at a
best
mastiff,
Sherlock
you're-
Holmes story.
Yes, agreed.
yeah, when you see a mastiff, you're just like, is that a couch with eyes?
But no, I think that Mike needs to do all of the episode intros as Stefan from
As
now
Stefan?
on.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Because it just sounded, it made the whole thing sound so exciting.
It sounds much better.
Okay, yeah, fine. That'll be a new bit that I do on top of all the other bits that I have to do off the top of my fucking head.
Correct. You keep doing this to yourself.
You're doing
I
a great
keep doing it
job,
to
though.
myself. Yeah, and everybody at home, they're shitty because they're not written ahead of time. But I assure you, if they were written ahead of time, they would be shittier. So there you go.
I was about to say, no one's making you do anything off the top of your head, except the achievements, which I am now forcing you to do off the top of your head. But you could write all the stuff you want ahead of time.
Nah, it's funnier when I have to struggle. My brain works better when I gotta struggle.
The suffering is the comedy. Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
So-
the cruelty's the point.
Since there's like so little to talk about from these chapters.
You want to just talk about magic cards?
No, shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right, I'll go sit
Words in
down.
my mouth.
You just killed all of his dreams. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I'm gonna mute. But
Thank God. So I would like to bring up something that's been here since the very first chapters of this series.
Okay.
All right. The idea that this is an MMO-like game that they're playing, but it's also a reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And that those two things are absolutely at cross purposes for how they are done. A reality TV show is very individualistic, where it's like there might be teamwork elements or like clans or houses or tribes, but eventually there's one winner take all winner for a reality TV show.
Usually,
MMOs,
yeah.
however, are the exact opposite, where they are communicative. It is about people coming together, forming bands of like 4 to 18 and doing raid bosses. This means from the very like creation of this story that there is a conflict to the premise about teamwork. And we've gone this far in this series without any kind of like actual team building, which is something I think every one of us thought they're going to get like a mage, they're going to get like a DPS, there's going to be a party build, you know? I'm starting to suspect there will never be a party
Interesting.
because I think the reality TV in the again, I'm thinking big themes here. And I know it's too early to do big themes because like I've only read a book and like what are we in now? Like maybe a fifth, 2/5 of the way through this thing.
We started out at 40% of the way through this book in this section. And we
Okay.
ended at 50, actually. We ended halfway through.
Oh, so a book and a half.
Yep.
And I know it's too early to do like big literary analysis stuff, but I do think that in the spectrum of like where this falls on this, I think this story is going to lean towards a more individualistic kind of story. And I think the big thing that proves this to me is actually how the old folks people like story wrapped up, where teaming up was a detriment, and it was ultimately better for everyone to go their own way. That feels like it was a lesson that Carl had to learn to be different from what you would normally suspect, which is like, especially in Western media, the idea is teamwork is good. So this would be like a thing where it's more about individualistic success, which is why friendships don't exist in the dungeon. And I think this actually goes to Odette. That's her name. Odette and Mordecai, who seem to have been teamed up together and are no longer on any kind of good terms. Yeah.
I see exactly where you're coming from, because there is kind of like a deterministic kind of quality to the story, where it's like no matter how much they fight against what is happening, there seems to only be like kind of one way forward. And
Mhm.
so that just kind of forces you to be more individualistic, because it's kind of the only way to survive, because it seems that the the thing that he keeps fighting against is the idea that like you can't save everybody, so that means you can't save anybody. So you might as well not care about anybody else. Why add more people to your party if it's just going to be one more person for you to both worry about but also fear losing? So there is kind of like that aspect to it that they keep kind of bumping up against, because Carl is getting more and more attached to Donut and Mongo, and he had some other people that could have possibly been with him earlier, like the like you said, the old folks home and like the caregivers and everything. It just seems like he's like, you know what, my people are my people. I'm going to take care of my people. Kind of like Malcolm Reynolds, that don't count anybody else unless I say so. So yeah,
that that
it's a little bit.
plays that plays to the only other theme I can think of so far. Again, a book and a half. That I think that this series has, which is holding on to one's humanity, which is
Mm,
important to Carl.
yes.
But
Not to the cat,
again,
but
yes.
Right?
But
Obviously.
again,
She does
to
in her own way,
Mordecai.
though.
she
Mhm.
I
holds on
mean,
to her
she holds on
feline
Well,
to
not
who
innocence.
she
literal
is.
humanity, but like who she is. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Okay.
she's constantly thinking back to like B and family in her life, not necessarily humanity because she's not human, but it's sort of the same
Yeah.
thing going on.
Okay. Fair.
Morality and identity. We'll
Yes.
put it
Yeah.
that.
And we've seen the people that survive in here are people like Mordecai, who gave up everything he was to be a changeling to adapt. And Odette, who lost pieces of herself in the dungeon and never repaired them, never fixed them, never healed from them. She just acquired accoutrements to uh, put out a fake persona. So the struggle there, of course, and I'm going to again say humanity for lack of a better term, hold on to your humanity or survive by adaptation.
Mm.
And Carl seems to be, again, because I think this is like an actual theme for the series, he's strutting that line by being a primal who is outward facing human, but he is not human anymore. And I think
Mm.
that's why, as we go forward, like the crying orc in these 3 chapters, um, he wants to hold on to the stuff that still makes him him. Which, look, I can also talk. Look, again, I know it's too early for literary analysis of any kind because we don't know enough about this series.
It's never early too early. I mean,
I
you
mean,
can do
yeah,
it based on
we
what you've
just
read
evolve
so
and
far.
change.
I mean, we're already getting philosophical now. Might as well just go balls deep into it, right?
All right.
As is
Go
often
for
said
it.
in philosophical circles, may as well go
Yeah,
balls
totally.
deep.
I mean, in my philosophical circles, I remember being in high school and just hanging out with friends at like 2 a.m, just all talking like this and also saying, let's get balls deep in it. So, yeah, maybe I just know these kinds of people. but Carl is a very reactionary protagonist. And that's been true from everything we've ever heard about the guy. He had an abusive father. He's been in a home at some point. He was stuck in a completely loveless relationship with a person who did not respect him and cheated on him constantly. And he seemed to have been okay with just staying in that until she ended it. And now he's in the dungeon where, I mean, there is a part of it that where he's finding himself in the dungeon, which I think leans towards that individualistic like theme of like community versus individual. Um, because he's finding it mostly on his own instead of like with teamwork.
Mhm.
But I feel like the humanity thing for him is kind of the only way that he can express himself or express any kind of agency, because he doesn't really plan anything. He's not really proactive in any way. The only thing he has left, he keeps having this mantra of "you will not break me," which doesn't mean much right now because it doesn't really matter to me as a reader just yet. But I think as a character, the only thing that he has that can separate himself from any number of characters we've ever read about in history is that things are terrible and terrible things happen to him constantly his whole fucking life. And he tries not to let those things define him, even though he doesn't really do anything to avoid it either. So he's a frustrating as fuck character to read about right now because he hasn't had any kind of turn. And I
Well,
think when he does get a turn, he's going to be an interesting character.
yeah, well, that's why I brought up like determinism because uh, for anybody who doesn't understand that, and I'm not saying like I know a whole lot about philosophy, but the only thing that I know about that is the concept of there is no free will in the universe, that the universe is on a set path or set track, and that no matter what you do, you can't break out of that, which seems to be kind of a theme of this, is that they are stuck in a narrative in a very meta way. They are stuck in a narrative that they are set to, that is set by the company that is doing the season of the crawl, and it also feels like it's how Carl feels about his life, is that it's been kind of on a track that he himself does not feel he has any agency in changing or doing anything about. And that can be a thing where, he was a lazy person, or he was just a person who didn't really want for much, or had no ambition to do much more. Now being forced in an extreme situation, I mean, he's like the perfect kind of main character to set up to. He is now trying to retake agency. He is trying to uh, basically manifest his choices and try to make things different. And the thing that he keeps coming up against is that no matter how hard he tries to fight against the tide that keeps like hitting him and people that he cares about, it just he's always being knocked back down to square one in a sense, because even when he gets ahead, there's always the next level that you got to go down to, and now you're behind again. It is the it's almost like a especially since the author of the book, um, John Digital, he really just, it seems like he wants Carl to be this kind of avatar of millennials, where it's like, well, I got this far. Oh, hi financial crisis. Well, I got this far. Hi pandemic. Like it feels
Let's
like
keep
every
swimming.
time. Yep, just keep swimming. Like I got to get out of this level. I got to get out of this week. I got to get out of this month. I got to get out of this year. Like he is kind of the every millennial in that way. Is
I
that it
will
feels
I
he
will say
feels
that
stuck.
you made me realize that there is one thing that he is taking an agency in very recently. It
Mhm.
wasn't this week, but it was the week before. He made a deal with that other company to do a narrative
Yes.
with
Yeah,
Signet.
and it followed right on the heels of something that I felt illustrated what Mike was talking about perfectly, because they decide we're not going to do this quest with this elite. We're just going to leave. And the game is like, the fuck
Nope.
you are. And it's like, no, we want you to do this, so you're going to be doing this. And even within that, like you say, he's trying to grab onto some sort of agency.
It
Dance. I'm
seems
just
like
saying. Dance.
And him picking Primal, I think, is also
Yeah.
part of that too, because here's the thing about Primal. Nobody knows what they look like. No one knows exactly what they do, what they're capable of. And so how the game has them programmed into the code is that they basically have unlimited potential, but they also are kind of this primordial chaotic element. And it feels like Carl is of getting more and more of the mind of, if I create enough chaos, then they'll have to capitulate to me in some way. Because then, if their story starts going off the rails, I am the one that has to write it again. And so, if I fuck up with their stories enough and I come up with my own story, basically, I reject your reality and substitute my own. It's He can rewrite the rules of reality quite literally. And there is something really interesting that way about this character that I'm actually really starting to like.
Also, I had some random notes about stuff that Tim said about the MMO versus it being a reality show.
Mhm.
Because I agree that this is a conflict that is coming up. Like Zev tells them, like, don't party up with any of the people near you because they're boring. And so it's not like don't have a party, don't find other people. You just need to make sure the other people are interesting enough that it won't hurt your numbers with the audience. And so it's like, well, fuck, how do you do that?
And for TV, it has to turn to betrayal eventually anyway. TV is
Eh,
always about that, especially reality TV. Like
that's
nobody
true.
wants a
Reality TV.
happy, no one wants a happy party that stays together, in reality TV. You want that in a Dungeons and Dragons game. You want that in an EverQuest game. You don't want that on
Or tragic
Survivor or
death.
Big Brother.
Yeah. Tragic death and betrayal. That's what we like.
Yep.
You want to
Maybe a romance.
you want a team that
For
stays
once in a
together on
while, yeah.
Amazing Race.
Also
Just the
like
ones you
tragedy
start
and
with,
backstabbing.
which is Donut and him.
Fair. Also, you're like MMOs are designed to, you have this party, you go take on raid bosses and stuff. And I'm like, I guess that's true. That is not how I played World of Warcraft.
I'll be fair. That's not how I played it either, but I didn't play much of it because it's grindy by yourself. It's grindy with
Yeah.
others, but at least you can hang out with others.
Yeah, I was on.
I played it
was
solo. I played it solo all the time.
very much solo, and it was like if a dungeon or whatever they were called, I don't even remember, was too hard for me to do solo. Well, I guess I'll just level up some more and try it again later. I obviously that wouldn't have worked on like the highest level ones. You need a bunch of like max level characters all working together to take out so I never fought those guys. I think I partied up with people to fight a boss one time when it was somebody's like, "Hey, we need more people for this," and then I didn't understand the mechanics of being with a group of people well enough, especially when it came to like loot sharing in that game. That I ended up pissing some people off, and it was just like, okay, yeah, this isn't worth it. So you're right. That probably is what you're supposed to do in those games.
Yes. Just like in a reality TV show, you're supposed to be, I'm going to win no matter what. Otherwise, you tend to get taken advantage of and knocked out at some point.
Probably true. Well, let's go through these chapters.
Yeah.
So we left last time with something's going on with Donut. We don't know what. And Carl is hauling ass through the city, and Mordecai's like, her cockroach skill just activated. So she went down to 0, but she's back up to 5%. And he discovers that Mongo is defending her. And it says he's surrounded by a metric shitload of X's on the mini map. Mongo has killed a bunch of things defending Donut. It turns out to be these little kind of hedgehog-looking things. They're called street urchins. And the description is kind of messed up about they were kept as pets so that rich people could be like, yeah, I have a street urchin chained up in my basement.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah, why not? It's like, yeah, they won't bother you if you don't bother them, but don't get in their way when they're cleaning up, which is exactly what happened. Carl left all this stuff, and they were trying to clean it up, and Mongo's like, no, you don't, and it's turned into a whole thing. And it's funny because, like, Mongo is defending Donut, and they're attacking Mongo, and Donut's getting hit just, like, incidentally in this fight, because obviously she's not actually doing anything. And Mordecai teaches Carl how to mix up a pet healing potion on the fly.
Actually doing his job for once and not just being a lush.
It's true. Yeah, he's like, I gave you a cinnamon stick and some other stuff. Like, shove that in there and shake it up, and then pour it down Mongo's throat. So that's neat.
Poor little guy. It's like when you got to give your dog medicine. It's like, is there any cheese around?
Like, don't bite me.
Please don't bite me. Please don't fucking bite me.
Especially when with the kind of teeth Mongo has. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like fucking like, what is he? He's the size of a large dog now. So Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it says he's gone up to like level 10 in just from defending Donut here. So, and Donut has risen to level 15 from the incidental like XP she got from the quest because she helped out, I guess, in the first half of it.
Yeah, she got the XP. She got the XP scum because she was off screen, but in the party.
And after he tells her the whole story, after she's woken up and everything's fine, she's like, "Why didn't you kill the city boss? We would have won the quest and gotten so much
I knew
experience."
she was gonna give him shit.
Of course. That's all she would do.
And he's like, "It was a trap. If I'd done it, we would have both died, and you would have died also because I couldn't have rescued you." And she's like, "Well, if I'd been there, we would have done things differently."
She's like, she for somehow is smoking a cigarette, and she's like, that don't sound like me. We would have won.
And then he's like, "I don't want to say it out loud." So he tells her in the chat, like, "Hey, the production studio now has a vested interest in keeping us alive. And so I don't know if they can actually help us, but it can't hurt us." So,
You know,
and
that's another good thing to bring up because he brings up that she sometimes doesn't do all caps in the chat, and he wonders how much of her personality is just a character or an act
Mhm.
rather than just like her persona or her actual. Then he remembers back to B, and basically like her talking to her mother about like how you have to manipulate people to get what you want. Seems to be another thing that Carl's contending with, which is how much of his personality now is this character that he has to embody to do this job of being in this dungeon now.
Yeah, we get a whole flashback of B's mom being like, "You have to make them think you're dumber than you are.
Mm.
You can't control the ones smarter than you, and you don't want the dumb ones to know they're the dumb ones." And his thought is like that B's mom thought I was a dumbass was not new to me and did not surprise me. And B's over here like, "Well, I mean, yeah, he's not complicated, but and it doesn't take much to make him happy. He won't fight me even if I try to fight, but he makes good money and he doesn't spend it on anything. Plus, I love him. I know I screwed up a lot, but I'd love him. I really do. I feel like this is the one situation where we're like, oh, B comes across as not quite as horrid.
Human. Yeah.
Human. There you go. As
I mean,
opposed
I don't
to,
know that she meant any of it. Or maybe she just doesn't know she doesn't mean any of it, but
yeah, maybe love means something different to her. I don't know.
yeah. Love means comfort. He's comforting.
But also, I love when Carl's arguing this, like, no, this is a good thing. The production studio will want to keep us alive. Donut's like, we're the guest stars, Carl. You can't, it's dangerous to be guest stars on a show that are more interesting than the main character. That's why they killed off Barb on Stranger Things.
Incorrect.
I didn't
haven't
quite
actually
get that
watched
one.
far
Yeah.
into Stranger Things, but I did like the point of this because I feel like that point is very proper because I do see that being a problem.
The point is valid. The example is not.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing with Donut. She's half right all the time, which she's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really like you pointed out. It's something to kind of keep an eye out for to try to deter. It's like Donut. Yeah, how much of what she does is an act that she's putting on, and like she learned at the foot of like the one human in her life, like how to be, and B is maybe not a great example of anything as far as we know.
Seems to be a theme of the series so far is that a lot of people aren't what they seem, and if they're not duplicitous, they're naive because Donut early on was painfully, almost terminally naive. Like if Carl wasn't there for certain situations, she would have gotten taken advantage of, and she seems to be learning very quickly that this is a place where in order to survive you have to kind of play the game, and she's learning and becoming more comfortable seemingly in playing the game than even Carl is. And I mean, this is true of everybody in this universe. Like anybody who survived, like Odette and Mordecai, like those are people that had to sacrifice large swaths of their identity to survive in this place, and they are nowhere close to the people that they used to be. Sometimes drastically different from the people they used to
Yeah.
be. So it does seem to be a theme. I'm not sure how much they're going to explore it. I mean, it's kind of a thing in a lot of media where it's like the good lawful character is in the unlawful awful place, and they're being told, oh, just give it time, you'll turn bad just like everybody else in this place, and they're like, no. And that seems to be what Carl's mantra is about, is that I'm not going to turn into these people, you will not break me. So that's the meaning I get off of the mantra.
That's actually a really good point. I hadn't thought of it quite like that, but yeah, it's all in those situations. It's always you're watching the person try to hold on to who they are, and maybe like it starts slipping away in small ways with small decisions that you're, yeah,
It's the death of 1,000 cuts for people's morality in these kind of stories. Is that it's not the one big push like the Joker does. It's all the little things that whittle you down.
and yet Donut may be less equipped to handle that since she does not have
Or
the
maybe
same
better
years of
equipped
experience.
because
Well,
she's
yeah,
building herself as she goes through it.
yeah.
That's
She
true.
seems to be becoming way more comfortable with it than, and that's actually making Carl uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Do you think there's
Uh,
going to be a point where Donut outgrows Carl?
That seems to be slowly happening anyway. This may be part of her arc that she's been on for a bit, where Carl kept accidentally kind of insulting her and demeaning her. Not on purpose. I mean, at first maybe a little on purpose, like because he's like, she's just a cat that talks. But as they became friends, he did kind of have moments where he kind of diminished her ability and what she brought to the team, and she kind of is taking a lot of these situations upon herself, and maybe that is going to be what the falling out is. Maybe you're right. Maybe she's going to feel like she outgrew him.
Yeah, and I kind of thought we'd resolve some of that after, this whole quest we just resolved and him putting himself out there to essentially save her, but it doesn't seem like we
Yeah,
went that deep into this.
yeah,
Kind of all left
the
out.
sad thing there is that she really minimized exactly how much
Yeah,
he saved her.
It's card tricks in the
he kind of
dark.
brushed
She
it off.
didn't see it.
Yep, it wasn't even in the recap, so
Yeah.
it ain't real.
We get Zev popping in to be like, "Hey, you guys are going on a show called Danger Zone with Ripper Wonton," which I feel like sounds cooler than the last one at least.
Oh, definitely.
Also, the note that the Kuatin are not good at compelling drama, scripted drama. I was like, all right, well, that's good to know.
Fish that do like reality TV with memories of a goldfish. Yeah. I'm shocked.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. That's so
No,
funny.
I didn't either. That's great.
Here's the hot clip of this week, guys.
And it's just a guy getting hit in the dick.
Man gets hit and groin with football. Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
all it is.
And then they said, we got another hot new clip for you. And it's literally the same clip over and over again. It's literally guy gets hit in dick. Like, that's the show.
And so, yes, they head towards that new town. Mongo he's up to level 10. He says he's starting to look scary as fuck, Carl says. And also, it's really good now that he's gotten so much bigger that we put work early on into, training him, because it would be very dangerous if he was less controlled now.
If he was Charizard from the original Pokemon show, he's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Now that we have like the actual like Pokeball thing now in my brain, he's like some Charizard Pikachu crossbreed. I don't know.
Yeah, he's an electric type now. That's really funny.
He is.
Mongo, I choose you. So they make it to the Skyfowl settlement, and there's all these eagle-headed humanoids around. We find out the Skyfowl, like, they don't have hands exactly. They have, like, fingers on their wings or something. It's an interesting little note. But, like, the fingers are in their center of their wings.
Well, like almost like their wings are like capes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I was having a hard time like visualizing exactly what that looked like. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's almost like they're wearing a cloak of feathers or something.
I
almost looked up some fan art for that one because I was like, I don't get how this works, but I didn't.
Yeah, just think of Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
if you guys are still thinking about Pokemon, Decidueye.
There we go. We're just gonna reference Pokemon now. Gonna be
There you
the
go.
thing.
This is the Pokemon show.
Everything is a Pokemon.
There's over 1,000 of them. We can do it.
I'm sure we can find one. Yeah, we can find one for almost anything. I'm sure.
Bullshit. There was 151. That's my Pokemon. There's
Bulbasaur is still the
151.
best. That's all I have to say.
Gen 1er. Is that what they call the people who just like Gen 1? I forget.
Yeah, Gen 1ers.
I'm in there. I don't remember other gens as well.
Generation correct.
But as we end the chapter 12, they are going through town and they spot the Desperado Club, which they've both got tattoos that will let them into that. And Donut's like, I've always wanted to go clubbing. You want to go dancing with Mommy, Mongo? And Mordecai's like, no, yeah, they you can't take your pet in there. What kind of nightclub doesn't let your children in? We'll see about that.
All of them. All
Yeah.
of them.
It's like, did B ever take you to a nightclub, Kat? Like, seriously.
I'm just thinking of people taking their cats to nightclubs now.
That could be a whole new theme that you could do. Is
Cats are like running
cat
across
clubs.
the fucking ground because you got a laser ball machine going, and it's like just shooting lasers everywhere, and the cats are chasing them all over the place. In fact, now I need that to be a scene that happens in the Desperado Club.
No, I'm kind of excited about this Desperado Club. It better not let me down. I'll be very sad.
It better be either completely over the top and ridiculous, or really awful and disappointing.
It is only going to be disappointing. I don't know what anyone could possibly be expecting.
Yeah, now I'm curious. I'm curious. What do you guys think that this club is going to look like?
Moss Eisley. I don't know. It's going to be
The
amazing.
Cantina? Okay.
Timmy,
Like
you're-
gambling and prostitution and all sorts of fun.
Were there prostitutes in the cantina? I don't remember seeing
I think
them.
there probably were. I don't think we outwardly said that, but I mean, it was full of outlaws prostituting. There's some.
I love that Jen's just like, look, they're not on screen, but that place had whores. Okay,
To have, I mean, come
if
on.
you know, you know.
it's the Star Wars universe. There's whores everywhere. Han Solo, whore.
Would that be a
Like,
disappointing
gotta have
result
one.
or a satisfying result if it was the cantina?
That would be satisfying. Like, I just want some craziness, some fun craziness with over the top characters doing over the top things.
Okay.
It's just gonna be a club.
Okay, fair.
I don't expect anything great here.
I was just respecting the line of everybody doing their predictions, so I'll go last. The cowboy bar from Blues Brothers, and they're gonna have to do a musical number, and people are gonna be throwing beer bottles at chicken wire.
I kind of like that. Okay. Our second chapter is we get to Mordecai's place. Carl goes to sleep because he's been up for a while. And Mordecai's like, oh, hey, you guys made it to the medium settlement? Awesome. That small town only had 3 bars, and I've been kicked out of 2. And he's made a potion to negate the effects of alcohol on demon spawn, so he's not drunk now. But then he's like,
Need to dilute it a little bit more.
yeah, he's like, I dilute it to 43% so that alcohol works just about right. Maybe a little more next time.
Again, I totally think he needs to like look into joining some alcoholism.
And he says that during his crawl, he focused on fire magic, but he spent a lot of time working on alchemy. He was a mycologist on his world, someone who studies fungus, before all this happened. And Odette made him spend a lot of time on the 6th floor learning about various vegetation and stuff.
I love that he just has this most eclectic fucking. He's like, yep, I make potions, I drink a lot, and I like to study plants, and I just generally am just as helpful as I'm ever gonna not be, because I fucking hate you guys. You kidnapped me. I'm waiting for you to die by this point. I just love that he's
gonna get on
captive now.
board. But yeah, definitely not this book. I think he's earned his right to be the guy because they wrote him into this.
Yeah,
I think at some point he's going to be happier about it.
Yeah, he was just put upon in the first book. Now he's just like literally their captive, and he has every right to just be so fucking surly all the time now.
But he's also being helpful, at times.
He's our
He's as
healer
helpful-
and walking encyclopedia.
Helpful as he wants to be.
Yeah. So they look at their achievements in boxes. Carl's one of the first 10 to get 1 quadrillion viewers. So he gets a gold fan box, which means it's a box that fans get to vote on what he's going to get. And the voting is starting now, and he can open it in 30 hours when the voting is done. And my understanding is that, I don't know if it's some or all of them, but when there's a fan box, Matt lets the people on his Patreon vote for what's going to end up in the box. So that's kind of neat.
Definitely something for his feet.
Totally not just a book thing. It's literally like thing.
I'm really hoping for a fucking ankle bracelet like from the early 2000s. Every girl had
I
one.
want some like gold plated boxer, like some ridiculous thing, or like some fancy like pedicure, like crazy toenail polish or something.
Oh,
Going
toenail
beyond, like
polish.
yeah, crazy colored, like not like a normal color. Like he needs neon green.
Oh, I would love that.
I will note that the AI has previously, because Donut has an anklet now, and in the description for that anklet it says, one would think anklets enhance the beauty of feet like toe rings, but they are excessive, jangly distractions that make you look too garish. So the AI not a fan of anklets.
AI is really picky about what makes the feet sexy.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't want your
It has
feet
a
to
foot
look like
fetish, so
yeah. You don't want your feet to totally look like a slut.
You don't want to be a try hard foot, you know.
Yeah, you gotta leave something to the imagination, feet.
He gets the yellow bellied chicken shit achievement for initiating a boss battle and then neither of them ending up dead. Reward is pussies don't get prizes. And he completed a quest, so he gets the Johnny Quest achievement. And this may be my favorite thing here, where it's like he gets the Johnny Quest achievement, and then the achievement that enhances the prize from that achievement, because you completed a quest, but made it did it in an unusual way. So you get the Haji achievement, which upgrades your box.
I did get a good laugh out of that one achievement being called the Johnny Quest. Fun with that.
Any Johnny Quest fans in the room?
Me.
Yes.
I was like, I can't be the only one. Come on.
No. Oh yeah. I also want to race Bannon like
Well,
like a achievement too at some point.
I was going to ask you guys
Something
because
Dexter's Laboratory.
the Haji, being Johnny's friend in Johnny Quest, that's the upgrade. And then Mordecai says there's actually you can get a double upgrade there's another achievement. So if we're staying on brand, what do you guys think the third one is called?
Race Bannon.
That would make sense. Yep.
And the achievement description would be like, look, you're putting a lot of very vulnerable things in dangerous situations, but you've also kidnapped one from its native lands, and you're putting that one in dangerous situations too. You're a bit of a bastard, but hey, if it works at the end of the day, good job? Question mark.
My favorite Johnny Quest character as a kid was when they introduced Race Bannon's daughter.
Race had a daughter?
Yeah, it was in like a later
She's dead
later
now.
seasons of the show. Jessie Bannon, I guess is.
Oh, I had no idea. To me, it's always just Dr. Quest, Johnny, Haji, and Race.
I guess that was the era where they were like, we need a girl in this.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. It's like
'Cause the Batman show did the same thing around the same time.
yeah.
There was like a 90s or early 2000s Johnny Quest.
The one that had the bad CG.
Oh,
yeah.
it was the horrible CG. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that, but
It also had the virtual reality
yeah,
shit.
yeah, there was virtual reality stuff. Yeah, the actual Johnny Quest is from the 60s and it's animated like Flash tunes.
Yeah, I think Jessie is from like the 90s or something. So she might have been. Anyway, it's been a really long time. Now that we've gone off on the Johnny Quest tangent a little bit, we also get Donut gets in one of her boxes teeth caps or fang caps, and Mordecai says, "Yeah, that doesn't really fit with your fighting style, but actually, this is one of the very few things that like you can have you can share with your pet." And so they have to put enchanted fang caps of the expectorating Tizuruk on Mongo, which gives him like an electrical bite.
all I thought of was the ancient bone saber of Zumakalis from Aqua Teen. So I was like, what are these words?
Yeah, according to Wikipedia, Tizaruk is an Inuit legend, a mythical serpent-like creature that inhabited the waters near Alaska.
Ah.
I don't know why when he's expectorating it makes lightning, but there you go.
So they're doing Pokemon rules for that shit too. Because that sounds like the kind of like shit that you'd pop out of a Pokedex.
It does, yep. And it increases his bite by 50%, which that's got to be good, and also 25% poison possibility and 10% paralysis. And I love that like Mongo gets scared when he first bites and like sparks fly out, but then he kind of gets into it and starts jumping around and is really excited about it.
Mongo, I love that he does not understand anything that's going on, but he eventually just gets down and game for anything.
Yep.
So excited about everything. He's just like, do it.
He is puppy.
He's a puppy.
Yeah, we established.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's not going to understand at first, but hey, he's like, hey, I'm part of this, so I'm happy. Thank you
If
for
my
having
humans
me
are
around.
doing it, it's got to be the right thing to do.
Exactly. War crimes. Yeah.
They're gonna go shopping after this, and Carl makes the mistake of saying he's gonna get himself some pants, and that's when he gets his.
As soon as he said that, I was like, why did you say that out loud?
You jinxed yourself.
Yep.
You fucking jinxed yourself.
Yeah, we all knew what was going to happen as soon as he said it.
He gets an upgrade scroll, which will upgrade one item that you're using. And I love that we address, like, he's like, well, can't I just take everything off except for the one I want to get upgraded? And Mordecai's like, yeah, but if you do that, you don't get a good upgrade. So his big boy boxers get enchanted. And I love the way the AI, it's like, it starts out like, okay, so you already know the description of this, something, Incredible Hulk, blah, blah, blah. We did that.
I love that they did the joke that I did earlier where they were just like, we got 400 more achievements to do, and I got 8 minutes left in the day. Boxer shorts, fuck you. There we go. Description.
But he gets a bunch of pluses, like +5 dexterity, +5 intelligence, +5 constitution. It's a big improvement on the stat bonuses from his boxers, and the free balling benefit, where 100% bonus damage to all attacks originating below the waist, and skills below the waist train 20% faster. But you can only have a single layer of armor or clothing covering your crotch area. And that is these that you are wearing. And then Donut is like, Donut and Mordecai laugh their asses off about it. And then she tries to like push it further where she's like, hey, don't worry, Carl. Maybe you'll get some leather chaps. You can wear those. Hey, can you imagine how sexy Carl's feet would look in chaps?
I was like, now I kind of want to see this happen just because I think it's hilarious.
And Mordecai has to tell him, it's like, look, once they kind of establish your brand, you're going to start getting like certain kinds of stuff. So this is now your brand. He also got a 100,000 gold coin casino chip, which you can only redeem by playing at the High Rollers roulette table or the Wheel of Fortune game in the Desperado Club Casino. And he's thinking roulette, like B loved roulette, but I'm not a big gambling guy. And Mordecai's like, it's not roulette like you think, but don't worry about it. I'll take you guys there tomorrow night.
And I can't wait to see them use that fucking chip. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with that.
Yeah, it's going to be chaos.
Oh, yeah, that was Robert Patrick. Man, I forgot that. I did not know the John Delancey thing. Sorry, Tim's typing in the chat.
Delancey was Dr. Quest!
That's awesome, actually. Now I have to go back and rewatch
Wait, what
this.
the shit?
Yeah, I gotta now watch this friggin' show. Robert Patrick was Race Bannon. John Delancey was Benton Quest. Jennifer Hale was Jesse Bannon. I'm in.
Jesus Christ, what a cast.
It was stacked. Fucking
Man,
90s.
For season 2, so wait, did they all like replace a bunch of people from season 1?
It was the 90s. It looks like they changed from wherever they were filming, probably Canada to America. 'Cause that's usually that's what happened to a lot of animation in the 90s.
Yeah, it looks like George Siegel was Dr. Quest in season 1.
Great casting.
Also good casting, yeah.
Yeah, they had that's what happened to Dragon Ball. They went from a Canadian cast to an American cast. That's right. Fuck. Man, that's a good cast.
Great cast.
Anyway.
All right. All right, we're gonna be all right. Next episode, next show that we're gonna do, it's gonna be a Johnny
Johnny
Quest watch
Quest.
along. There you go.
I like the
And
one.
you know what? I think now that the other achievement's going to be Bandit because I forgot about the dog.
Oh, the dog. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I was about to say the one actor that apparently doesn't change from season 1 to season 2 is Frank Welker as Bandit, because Frank Welker was the guy you went to play animals.
He was irreplaceable. Who else does animal voices as well as he does?
These days,
That's actually true.
These days, I think there's a couple other people, like Alan Tudyk is now. I feel like starting to fill that role in some stuff.
Also, who's the D. Bradley Baker? He's the
Oh,
other
yeah,
one
yeah.
that does a
He
lot
does.
of
You're right.
animal shit. Yeah,
I think he did in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Frank Welker was also like Fred in every version of Scooby Doo.
Best Fred forever.
Yeah, no, I love Frank Welker.
Treasure.
Treasure. Damn it, you beat me.
He's a national treasure.
He's also Nibbler on Futurama. So anyway. Oh man, I wonder where the show is streaming. I'm gonna have to go and watch it. It's been a long time.
I've got to listen to Delancey's Dr. Quest.
Our last chapter is the shopping trip. We're gonna go out and hit up some of the shops. They have to find a place to stay. They end up at the pub, the One-Eyed Narwhal, and I guess Carl doesn't get the joke at first because it was like, but the logo wasn't of a narwhal at all. It was a fat, bald human unzipping his pants
In a suggestive way.
And Donut's like, this place looks gross. Why don't we go to the other place called the Hot Schnitzel? That looked way better. So all of the places in this town are named.
Something I noticed that was interesting, and right in with the thing that we're noticing about the growing divide between Donut and Carl. She gets separate rooms for all three of them.
No, she asks for, I need a room for me and Carl and one for Mordecai.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought that she was like one for each. Okay, one for Carl, one for me, one for. Okay, I was wrong. I was thinking that they were sowing more seeds of dissent between them or something.
No,
Never mind.
It's actually kind of a fun scene because she's like, we're gonna need 2 rooms, because at first it's just Carl and Donut walking into the place.
Right.
We're gonna need 2
They
rooms,
forget that they have that asshole with them.
one for me and Carl, and one for, and then Mordecai pops in like just as she's queuing it up. And he just walks over to the bar and to drink. And we get the recap show, which nothing terribly interesting, but there's some new crawlers that we have not seen before. There's a guy with an alligator head and a Mossberg mag-fed shotgun that doesn't run out of shells. That sounds like a fun guy. Alligator head guy instantly makes me curious. And then there is the goat lady that Mordecai mentioned. She came in with 15 goats.
Yes.
And 2 of them have been transformed. Actually, 3 got transformed, but one of them, he says it went badly for her and the goats. But one of them is turned into what it's like a crawler. Like he seems to be a full-on, kind of how Donut is, except that he's like humanoid goat now. He has armor. He has a big-ass axe. He screams randomly for no reason. Which also sounds cool.
A giant minotaur man.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. And the other transformation is it says it looks like some sort of satanic monstrosity.
Yeah, that guy's my favorite, or girl rather.
Mordecai's like, that's a hellspawn familiar. The horse-sized, multi-breasted, pitch-black goat monster looked like it belonged on a cover of a 1980s heavy metal album. The kind where if you played it backwards, the words would tell you to kill your grandmother. Hellspawn are some of the most powerful pets in the game. If she can keep that thing alive, it'll eventually be the size of a damn dragon and have wings.
Yeah, didn't we see a clip of someone fighting something like that at some point that looked like an angel or some bullshit? They were like, what floor was that? And it was like floor 12 or some shit.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And I like, holy shit, is it too late to get another of those biscuits and give it to Donut? And like, ha ha ha. And Donut's over like, it's not funny, Carl. And then Donut's on TV. She's like, Mongo, look, and you're on TV, because it's showing Donut defending her. And he gets all excited and hops around. And Carl notes, like, he's exactly as enthusiastic as he used to be, but the vibe is different from when he was a kitten-sized to now. Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when a dog goes from being a lap dog to being like, the size of like a small car, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I'm still a lap dog, and it's like, you're really not. I cannot breathe. Except this is a dinosaur that can eat your face and shoot sparks now.
Yeah. Great. I love it. I can't wait till he electrocutes somebody by biting them. It'll be great. And they complain about all the bugs, that there's always like this bug patch notes at the in every episode. And Mordecai's like, just wait till you get to the themed floors. It's like opening a whole theme park of rides and roller coasters without having tested a single one of them. And he has this horror story about, yeah, one time the fourth floor was like you were inside a living creature, everybody, and then the thing got a bacterial infection and everything started caving in, and it was nobody enjoyed that. The viewers, it did not play well with the viewers. And then there is an orc named Gum Gum who is eating alone, and she walks over like, "Hey, I see you're adventurers. I really could use your help." And Mordecai goes, "Nope, fuck off." And she's like, "Well, you don't have to be rude." And Mordecai's like, "It's a quest. Like pubs like this will be filled with garbage quest givers. Like don't even worry about it."
The only thought that I had is that this is going to suddenly or soonish going to become a very, very important character because they fucking rejected helping her.
How dare you reject this?
We're gonna punish you, because the only thing that I thought is that the people writing the show and writing the game are just like, let's try to set a trap for him, kind of like Mordecai said. And I'm like, well, the fact that you didn't go for it, Carl, means that something much, much worse is now going to happen to you, you bastard.
I mean, it could be.
Could be.
And Carl, being Carl, he tries to kind of sneak down there after everyone has gone to bed to talk to her. And Mordecai's down there like, yeah, she's gone. Look, let me give you some advice. I want this to sink deep into your thick skull. You cannot save them all. The people running the show, they know who you are, and they will bait you like this. Like, worry about yourself first. And he goes back up to the room, and Donut's like, so you get that quest? And he's like, oh, fuck, am I really that predictable? She's like, yeah. Yeah, you are. And so Mordecai's like, we're going to shop, you're going to grind, you're going to find a neighborhood boss, kill that, and then we'll go to the club. And so they find a general store with a skyfowl, and it's funny because Mordecai is a skyfowl originally, and so he calls out, it's like, look, they're gonna try to screw you, and then they're gonna act outraged when you catch them, and that's exactly what happens. It's like, how dare you? If you knew the skyfowl people, you would know that we never cheat our customers. And Mordecai's like, skyfowl merchants will always try to cheat those without wings. My people can be a bit xenophobic. Also, there's this note that like, stuff that you buy in these shops is not labeled by the AI or anything. The shopkeepers label them. So like you look at the coconut and it's like, this is food, I think. Humans do something with it? I don't know. Like, oh great. How helpful.
It is helpful for bartering, because maybe they don't know what they have.
Okay, yeah. And Donut trains a bit, wheedling discounts out of people to like, she's got great charisma, so she gets them down a lot. And it increases her negotiating skills or whatever.
I was actually a little disappointed that we didn't get more of the shopping stuff, because I was actually really enjoying that aspect. I was actually waiting for like shopping and bartering to happen, and I kind of wanted that to be like a whole chapter of Donut bartering and haggling with people, and Carl trying to get like the best gear and we kind of gloss over that whole bit. I've been waiting for shops for like the longest time now.
We do gloss over it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted more there.
It's not terribly interesting, so I understand glossing over it, because like unless like, again, this is the thing where I'm like, we're in the wrong person's head. If we were in Donut's head, she's the one that's doing like all of the negotiating and all the buying and everything, and Carl's just standing there going, and then my cat did all my laundry. Like,
They do have a fun little interaction where she's like, yeah, Miss Beatrice didn't call me Princess Moneybags for nothing. And he's like, no, that was Princess Money Pit, because we spent more on you than we did on our rent.
Well, I guess
Bad
I was
investment.
wanting more of like a scene like when they dealt with the goblins or the
Yeah.
yeah, from like the first book. I was kind of
Mhm.
hoping for like a scene like that, and that was interesting.
It was no, it was, and it could be here, but I think that's a problem about being in Carl's head. Carl doesn't find it interesting, so he just like spaces out, and the cat did everything for him.
It's true.
It's terrible. It's boring, but it's another reason why I don't like these 3 chapters. Because you're right. If there was like the NPCs, they have to have character. They're NPCs. If there was like an actual back and forth, and if they had something that they wanted, that also would have been helpful. If since we're doing inventory management, it's not just about offloading your garbage. If there was something they needed.
Or if you had like a storyline going on where someone stole from them or something, and then they had to like find them like through like the shopping center or bazaar or whatever, however they have the shop set up here. Like, I was just hoping for like the shops to be more of a thing in this part of the section, like this section of the book. And that was the thing that really kind of got me, where I was just like, oh, I was looking forward to this.
I agree, because we've been talking about the Skyfowl City for a minute. And we finally get here, and it's literally no better or different than the other town we were in.
Yeah, and the whole first book, we kept asking, where are the shops? What is money for?
And now they have so much money, and they don't need to buy anything. They find so much.
Mordecai forces them to purchase 10,000 gold worth of alchemy supplies. So there's that.
That's great for Mordecai.
And they get the pet carrier they've been looking for, so they have their Pokeball now.
They do have a Pokeball.
Mordecai's like, you guys have to fund my hobbies. I'm really depressed because you kidnapped me, so I'm gonna make potions.
He's making alcohol for the other like floors that don't have bars.
And after their shopping, they just go out and they train. And it goes like it really skirts over that too. It's like it actually went really well. We went out there, we found these particular things that couldn't even really affect us and killed a bunch of them. I love that they discover this idea of they find the boss, which is this giant manta ray thing, and they do the clockwork triplicate and send one of the clockwork Mongos in there holding a stick of dynamite. We called this new play the Boomy Boy.
I want a parody poster of Clockwork Orange now made with Clockwork Mongo. And I want Mongo to be like a robot Mongo to be like photoshopped instead of Alex.
I was like, I wonder if that's out there somewhere. I'll find this now, but
a Clockwork Mongo
slowly starts Googling.
Yeah, don't go out there and find images that you shouldn't see. Although here's one that is somebody made a patch with Clockwork triplicate Mongos on it, and it's quite cute. Hold on.
Aw, actually, really. Oh, and there's a donut on top of them too. Yeah. That's great.
Anyway, great patch. They come back to town and they see that same orc, Gum Gum, walking out of the city with a corpse and tossing it on a pile of bodies in the middle of the street. And when he tries to examine one of them, it just groups them all together and it says, pile of dead hookers. Well, isn't this awkward? And Gum Gum's like, oh, hey, I was hoping to catch you guys. I saw you leaving this morning. And Donuts, and you thought to greet us with a mountain of rotting prostitutes? I'm not sure where you're from, but the cultured among us no longer use corpses as icebreakers. Next time, just bring Carl a milkshake. He likes milkshakes. Which I love that whole bit. It's great.
No, Donut's getting much funnier all of a sudden, and I love it.
She's sassy. And Gum Gum says, yeah, found these women today. We've been finding them like every day. Sometimes just a few, sometimes a whole lot. But and they're strangers. They're not even from here. No one recognizes them. And so, yeah, we bring them out here and pile them up, and the street urchins come and take care of them.
Yeah, I always think about how, how part of the week they have like landscape pickup for like garbage companies and stuff to like come pick up like dead tree limbs and stuff from the side of the road.
Is that how that works?
Something like that. Or okay. You call like a service to come pick it up, and I'm just like, or like certain days they'll pick up recycle instead of like garbage.
Yeah, we don't
just
have
like,
that
yeah. I guess it's just dead hooker day. Like, it's like, well, on Tuesdays, put your dead hookers on the side of the road and we'll send out the dead hooker cart and it'll come take the hooker away. The city pays for it to be taken care of. Don't worry about it. This is what your taxes pay for. Toodaloo.
Bring out your dead. Ding.
That was a very jovial hooker pickup guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I made him so happy.
I was like, he's so nice.
He loves his job.
He trained for this. His dad was a hooker pickup guy.
Nepotism.
When you say it
Yeah,
like that, it
nepotism.
doesn't sound the same. Like, yeah,
I
that
was
picks up hookers.
I was a nepo baby, and now I pick up the dead hookers like my father did. Yes, I'm in the files.
You could say that on the. Jennifer just walked in the door and she's like, "There are too many hookers in this conversation."
I was gonna say, I'm like, I hope that it's not on speakerphone with whoever she's picking up.
But they pick up.
Well, I was, but they were just teenagers and they already know all this shit.
They
Okay.
already know about piles of dead hookers. Yeah, it's fine.
Jen was out
I
picking
raise
up
my
her
children
dead
well.
hookers.
I prepare them for life, and they know the things they shouldn't repeat.
You never know when you're going to find a pile of dead hookers.
I mean,
That's what Jen was driving around trying to find.
so they pick up a new quest: the sex workers who fell from the heavens, to find out what the hell is going on with this.
Vampires.
And apparently, it's not even. It's just a silver quest box, not like the last one, which was gold. So it's not even that great a quest. Whatever.
There might be some money in it. You never know.
There's
Maybe a good
XP.
gear drop. Yeah, there's XP. XP's good.
XP is good.
And Donna's like, Mordecai's gonna be mad. And Carl's just like to the orc woman's like, we'll see what we can do, okay? Like, I'm not gonna promise you anything. And then he's like, hey, don't worry. We had a good day today. I'm not gonna let it get derailed by a quest. And Donna's like, yeah, that's what you said last time. So unfortunate. Yeah. That is the end of our chapters though. So for next time, we're gonna do 3 more chapters, 15, 16, and 17. And the next chapter starts with the words entering the Desperado Club. So we finally get to the fireworks factory.
Hell yeah.
You got that going for you at least. So what do you guys think? Predictions. Where are we going? What's going to happen? What will we see next time?
Well, obviously, Jabba the Hutt runs this fireworks place. I'm just saying. The quest is going to lead to Jabba the Hutt, and we are going to take the quest because, let's face it, Carl can't handle not taking the quest. I don't know how that quest is going to work out, but Jabba the Hutt's going to be totally the person leading this, that is responsible for all these dead hookers. So, yeah, no, I think that's where we're going. And we're going to definitely do that quest. And somehow it's going to be like a whole cartel kind of thing going on. I don't know exactly how it'll play out, but quest, and we're going to have some fun with it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it does seem like, once again, it feels a little bit like they're being put on rails. Like, we try to give you this quest. You said no. Well, here you go. You're going to get the quest.
Can't fight it. There's no free will in this place.
Maybe to some extent.
Just the illusion.
So Jennifer predicts Jabba the Hutt. I like this. That would certainly prove interesting. Okay. Tim?
I think it'd be more like the salty Splatoon from SpongeBob.
I don't watch SpongeBob, so I have no idea what this reference is.
That's the audience. They get it. They love the SpongeBob. Yeah, I just
That's square pants. I know that.
he does have square pants. This is a fact. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a bar. It's fine. Like he's going to do the quest. Hopefully, we only have 3 chapters for the next episode. I don't think we're going to get the quest over in 3. So
Not in the club, yeah.
yeah, I'm hoping that's vampires. That's what I want.
I mean, there was mention of marks, so totally
Marks on
could be vampires.
shoulders, and it's
Yeah.
called like bodies from the heavens or something. So
Yep.
I think they're just swooping down, grabbing them, draining their blood, and then just dropping the corpse. Or
Some silly Dracula references.
yep.
Because one was like missing a head at one point.
Yeah, like some of them don't. I think there were some without heads. There were some where the heads are like twisted around the wrong way or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the pelvis, they were twisted in half.
Oh,
from,
that's what
like,
it
the
was, yeah.
waist. Yeah. It was fucked up.
What is this book called? It's the Doomsday Device.
Carl's Doomsday Scenario.
Eventually, that's gonna mean something.
Dude, how are we getting to Doomsday? Yeah, curious. Like, where's Doomsday coming in here?
I've been waiting for that.
For the scenario, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that's gonna be something. I still don't know where that's going, how that's going. It could just be a Mad Libs to come up with a title.
Mad Libs, yeah. I like that idea. It's like he just needed some random words that sounded cool. So
Yeah, Harry Potter and the flat tire. Like,
There we
that was
go.
a good one. Yeah.
My favorite Harry Potter book ever.
was about to say, yeah, I remember that one. There was they didn't have a magical Jax, so what were they gonna do? It was intense.
Found some hookers.
They found some hookers in that Harry Potter book. Sure, yeah. These are the secret Harry Potter files. Not only the true fans know about them.
Harry Potter and the $10 cover charge. These are the jokes. My prediction.
Are you sure?
Christ, I got two of them now. This is getting ridiculous. There are two of them now. My thing is that Carl is reminding me a lot of, because me and Tim are watching through Enterprise right now, reminding me a lot of Archer from Enterprise. Mostly the whole thing of, oh man, this vulnerable, attractive person. Well, I've got to interject myself into their life now because they're in trouble, and I'm going to fall in love with them because plot says I have to. And yeah, I think Carl's going to get, as we said, balls deep into this quest, and we're going to have they're trying to create a trap for him, is what I think narratively, is that they're trying to get Carl into a situation that he can't easily get out of, and they're using the perfect bait, which is clearly he would be the hero, because if it's not vampires, it could just be as simple as like a fucking serial killer or something like that. It could very well be this is the return of Frank. Who knows? But which would be an interesting way to bring him back into the story. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Frank.
Yeah,
about
fuck
that
that
guy.
guy.
We
And
haven't
I'm
seen
just
him in
like,
a
oh,
while.
we're nearly about halfway through the book. Like, I guess it's time to start maybe bringing Frank back into things because we haven't seen him. So if it's not Frank and it's not a serial killer, I would be down for random vampire attacks because those are fun. Remember when they added those to Skyrim? Everybody, no one complained about the random vampire attacks,
Oh.
so they were perfect. So yeah, exactly. So, that's what I'm predicting with that. I will add a prediction about Doomsday scenario. I'm wondering if my theory about how Carl is like, how much chaos can I drum up to take control of this game? I wonder if that is literally going to be like Carl is going to be like the reset button. If he's going to cause so much damage to this storyline and this floor that they're literally going to have to blow it up and just do a do-over on the next floor. I don't know. That'd be a fun thing to do if Carl tries to blow up the whole game, the whole season. So that's kind of where I think Carl's head is getting at. If I'm just going off of the title alone.
Does blowing up the whole season include killing all of the remaining like 300,000, 600,000?
I mean,
however many
anybody
humans we
who's
have left?
seen Snowpiercer is actually really comparable to this fucking story in its themes and in its characters. Chris Evans's character in that is actually really similar to Carl in some ways. So, I mean, the movie's been out for like 10 years now. It's a spoiler alert. Anybody here seen it?
I haven't.
Break the whole
Nope.
system. The system is broken fundamentally. You can't fix it. You gotta crash it. You gotta break the whole system. You just
Start
kill
over.
everybody. There's
Yeah.
no starting over. It's just everybody dies. We crabs in a
We're
bucket.
just
We all
straight
die
up
together.
annihilation. Got it.
Rocks fall, everybody dies. I got it. Okay.
Exactly. Because who
Okay,
knows?
then.
Carl may break, and he's just like, you know what? I'll just burn the whole goddamn thing down.
For a book 2 occurrence, that would be impressive. Yeah, if he's just like, nah, loses his mind.
I know, like we're just gonna, have our whole mental breakdown right here in book
goes back
2.
to that horror situation that I was talking about before, which was, what if you can't die here? What if there is a reset button? What if we have the whole ending of this book blow up completely, and then Carl wakes up like a day before,
The Matrix.
and everything is back to the way it was. They just went back to an earlier save state, and literally everything was as it was, and they just trap him in a time loop, and they were like, no, you will do this story how we determine it.
That would be horrifying. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going for what is the scariest possible outcome for that, and for me, that would be the scariest possible outcome.
That's your idea of what the Doomsday scenario and the title is.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna do
Terrifying.
a
Yeah,
guess
you do one.
then at what the title could possibly fucking mean.
Do it.
I don't think it's anywhere near that big. I think the Doomsday scenario for Carl is that he's by himself. So I
Oh,
think
the ending of the book
sometime
is him getting separated from her.
that would suck. No, sometime soon he's going
That
to lose.
story idea sucks. Screw you. Okay.
Well, you wouldn't name your book the end of it be the Doomsday. No. You need to do it around not the exact middle, but we're coming up to where they need to break up, and then he just doesn't have her, and the dog. I can't remember Mongo's name ever.
Mongo's name, I can help you, is Mongo.
Because if he loses Donut, he also loses Mordecai. So
all
he
by
is
himself.
Officially,
she has everything.
alone.
Because
Yeah.
like always, he is not a man who has any agency for anything in his life. Everything happens to him, good and bad.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I think the Doomsday scenario is
I
that
like
Carl
that.
will be
Okay.
by himself, and it has to happen soon.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna name the book after it,
That would be depressing. I don't want that to happen, but I do feel like that it's going to happen at some point in time in these books.
I don't want it to happen either
sounds as good
because
as any time.
last week we did the one without Donut, and that's when I realized, holy shit, this book needs Donut to bounce off of him. So
Yeah,
so
we need her
if they
cat.
do get separated, he needs to very quickly have an NPC or another player to bounce off of.
That would be terrifying for him because you're right. Everything is tied to Donut because she's the party
Everything.
leader. Fuck. She takes the kids and the house and the Mordecai.
Yep.
Damn
ain't
it.
that always the way it goes.
You always lose your Mordecai when you get divorced from someone. God damn it.
She took my master splinter.
God damn it.
I hate when that happens. Okay. This is I like how much thought Tim put into that metaphorical doomsday scenario thing. It's nice.
I like the way you just said metaphorical in like a 3-word way.
It's 3 syllables. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's 5 syllables.
I know, but you said it like so spread out.
Metaphorical.
Not my fault. I enunciate things. Just go cry in the corner.
This is Texas. We have draws.
I refuse to draw.
I
And
don't draw either.
sometimes we talk in pauses because we like to inject ellipses into every conversation.
Let me check. We don't have any new emails this week, so I think that's about it. We can wrap up here.
No reviews.
Nope, nothing got sent in this time. So you could save your achievements for later.
Oh, earlier, if anybody heard while Tim started the whole conversation about the philosophical, serious conversation that I did not have any idea we were going to be going into, I was talking about magic cards briefly, and I walked out there to do a bit, but he was making a lot of sense and making some good points, so I decided not to do the bit, and I went back to my recording station, and I continued the episode. So I was literally going to come up behind Tim while he was talking and start showing him magic cards as a bit. And now I feel really bad because I feel like I fucking made him feel really self-conscious when I walked right up to him.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I'm not going to lie. I tried to be a professional, but here you are now drawing attention to it.
He just thought that you were coming out to give him an encouraging hug, and he was like, "Oh, that's nice." Tim's like, "No, I didn't. It was fucking weird." Okay.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Magic
see
cards.
this guy, he's called Undergrowth Scavenger.
I see him.
He looks cool.
Oh god.
And then this is sorcery card. You cast this.
You don't. It's a card.
It's called Seek the Horizon.
Okay.
You search your library
Uh-huh.
for land.
Oh god.
Yeah, and then this one, Reviving Melody.
Uh-huh.
Not a great card.
None
Seek
of
the
them.
Horizon
Don't use
involves finding land. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm a big green deck guy, if you've noticed.
Oh, okay.
He has a
Yeah.
big green what now?
He has a big green deck.
He's green deck.
I gotta
He's
go to the
Earth.
doctor.
Land. He needs land.
Spiders are really good. They got reach.
Uh-huh.
They can attack flying types.
Flying is
Jesus
better
Christ.
though.
But Reach can attack flying.
I got
types,
some
he's gonna see.
holographics too.
Flying is still better. I
Anyway,
like my angel.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Mom can come and pick me up?
His mom's not coming to pick him up. It's fine.
No.
Tim's stuck with him forever. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you guys. Remember, we're doing 3 chapters for next time. We're doing 15, 16, and 17, which will take... we're 50% of the way through the book this time. Probably take us up into the 60 range. So we are making progress here. So if you're reading along, read those 3 chapters.
That is how maths work.
That's how
in case
reading works.
anybody
Is
was
generally
unclear.
you move towards the end as you go, unless it's a choose your own adventure sort of thing.
A book? What is this?
I did one of those once. We epically failed.
Now I want to choose your own adventure dungeon crawler Carl book. The dungeon really lends itself to choose your own adventure. I feel like.
Be fine.
Well, I guess that's what the tabletop game would be.
Oh yeah, okay. It's just more detailed. I wonder how they're gonna handle. I'm curious to see the tabletop game. I don't know that I'm gonna back the Kickstarter and get the books and try to run a game or anything like that. But the Kickstarter they're doing for the tabletop game also includes a like a card game, and I think I will get that one just because that's the kind of thing that we play more often. But I would say check that out. But I think it's ending soon. By the time this episode comes out, it may be too late. But there is a tabletop RPG coming, and I'm curious to see how they do it. But yeah, come back in 2 weeks for 3 more chapters. I have been Data.
Tim.
Jennifer.
I also like red decks.
Okay.
Bye,
Not
everybody.
fire.
And we'll leave you with our Mordecai wisdom for the week. Our Mordecai wisdom for the week is no, fuck off. Not tonight.
Also good.
What I hear every night.
Good night, everybody.